Hello everyone. So we are still talking about Nmap, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Nmap on Windows. And yes, you can definitely use Nmap on Windows. You can use Nmap on Mac as well. So if you have a MacBook, you can still use Nmap on it. Okay, so it's not just limited to Linux alone. So on Windows, it's known as Zenmap. Now, Zenmap has this very nice graphical user interface where you can just put Nmap commands. So if you're a beginner, to using Nmap, or maybe perhaps you find the commands a bit confusing, you can use Zenmap as well. Or maybe you are still trying to get your way around using Linux, you can use Zenmap on Windows. It will still work the same way. Okay. Now to download Zenmap, you just come to Google and just type Zenmap. Okay. Now the very first result, which is this one, I'm going to click it. As you can see, official cross-platform Nmap security scanner GUI. So just a refresher, Nmap stands for network mapper and is used to discover hosts and services on a network. So I'm going to click on this site. When I click on the site, it will bring me to the official Nmap site. Then I'm looking for the download page. That's it over here. So now I'm at the download page. Now, if depending on your operating system, if you have Windows, then you should come here and download the exe file. Okay. Now, if you use Linux, you can also follow the prompt here as well and download it. If you use Mac, you can download the installer here as well. So now currently I'm using Windows, and to download it using Windows, we want to download the exe file. I already have it installed on this system, so I don't have to download and install it again. But if you don't have it installed, I would suggest you come over here to the Nmap official download site and download this exe file. Run it. It's very easy to run. Just follow the instructions. Next, and you have it installed. Okay. So I have it installed here already, and that is it. Zenmap. Now, as you can see, it has this very nice looking interface. It's very easy to use. Now, the way to use it, you just come over here on the target. You put the IP address or the URL that you want to scan. You put it here. Then you now select what type of scan do you want to do. Okay. Now, do you want to do an intense scan? Do you want to do intense scan plus UDP? You want to do intense scan all Tcp ports, and all these other options. Now, we also have here, we have the command box here as well. Now, you should understand whatever is here reflects here in the command as well. So the intense scan, this is the command for the intense scan. So if, let's say, you are on a terminal and you are using Nmap to follow this tutorial, you could still type this same thing on the terminal and it will still give you the same result of an intense scan. Okay. If I were to select another type of scan, let's go intense scan plus UDP. Now, this is the command for intense scan plus UDP. Okay. If you want to do intense scan all TCP ports, this is the command for it. I mentioned in my last video that by default, Nmap scans the top 1,000 ports. If you want to do all ports, there are 65,535 ports. You want to do all of them, this is the command. I know in my last video I said -p-, it will still work. So I can as well come here and put -p-, and it's still going to work. Forget that it's not nothing is being displayed here, but this will still give you the same result of scanning all ports. Okay. Then we also have the ping scan. Now you just want to ping the hosts. Okay. Use the ping scan. Then we have the intense scan no ping. So that this the hosts are online, but for some reason it's not coming up in the ping scan. So you have to say treat all hosts as online. Use intense scan no ping. There are some other options here as well. Okay, we have the quick scan plus, quick trace route, and we have the regular scan. Let me show you guys what the regular scan. The regular scan is just simply Nmap. So just put Nmap and your target, Nmap the URL, Nmap the IP address, whatever you want to do. It's just give you the regular scan. It's not going to be as detailed, okay, as the intense scan. So now we want to scan a target, and we are going to use a target we have permission to do. Remember, like I keep saying, you should always make sure you have permission to scan any targets. If you don't have permission, it's wrong. Okay, so we are going to scan. So we are going to use this target scanme.nmap.org. You should always get permission. Okay. Now, once you put the URL, you just come here and click scan, and that's just it. Okay, wait for your scan to run. So currently it's giving me first of all, as you can see here, it did a ping scan. Okay, and after it did a ping scan, it's now doing a stealth scan. Remember, I mentioned stealth. Now by default, Nmap does a stealth scan. Okay, I will still advise you guys, if you guys don't know anything about stealth scan and all, you should try and read about the 3-way handshake. Okay, so after my stealth scan, it has already discovered some open ports already. Now it's doing a service scan. Okay, so and as you can see, it's also doing OS detection on that address. I remember also it has also resolved the scanme.nmap.org to this particular IP address. So this is just going to take a while, and if you are following up, just I'm going to skip right now to when the scan is finished. Okay, so our scan is complete, and as you can see, it gave us a very comprehensive report. So if you are following along, I advise you to go through this and get all the information you can get. Now, one thing I like about Zenmap is that it presents everything in a very beautiful manner. Okay, now here on the left hand side, we have the hosts. If we scan more than one host, we'll see all the hosts that we scanned over here. Now we have the host, which is scanme.nmap.org. Then here on this button, if I click on it, we have the services that are running on that system. Okay, then here on this part, we have several tabs. This is the Nmap output tab. Now this is what shows up on your terminal, what you see, but it also arranges it in a very nice manner. So if I click here on the port tab, we have the ports that are open, and the services that are running on the ports, along with the service version. Okay, the topology shows me how it went from my system over to the server. Okay, that's the scanme.nmap.org server. Okay, then the host details here. This gives me everything about the system. Okay, now it's telling me, okay, scanme.nmap.org. This is the IP address it has resolved it to. The state, it is up. How many ports are open? Is 5 ports that are open. How many closed ports? 995. Remember, I said this scan by default scans the top 1000 ports. So it scanned 1000 ports and only 5 are open. Okay, this is the IP address, the host name, the operating system, it runs Linux. Okay, and the accuracy is 87%. Okay, so Zenmap is virtually like, it gives you, there is really no extra information. If you put it on a terminal, it's still going to give you the same information, just that this one presents it in a very nice, beautiful manner. Okay, so I advise you to play with this a little bit, understand these commands, and in no time you'll be very, very good in using Nmap. Now there are still other scanners out there. Nmap is not the only one. There are so many of them out there. Nmap just happens to be the most popular among the bunch. Okay, there are still so many out there. I won't advise you to use this one or that one. Google them. Whichever one you feel is good for you, you should use it as well. Okay, so don't just confine yourself that, okay, it's only Nmap. No, there are so many options out there. Okay, so I advise you to play with that a little bit, and many of them also have very nice looking interfaces as well. Okay, so I advise you to go out there, experiment, play with them a little bit, and just keep practicing. I keep saying this and I'll keep saying it again. Consistency over time is success. The more you are consistent at something, the better you'll be at it. Okay, so if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't, and share to your friends as well. More videos are coming up. Okay, so with that, I come to the end of this video. Thank you very much.